The United States has by far provided the most military aid to Ukraine, more than any other country. Many NATO allies, such as Germany and Sweden, have reversed past policies against providing offensive military aid to support Ukraine, while the European Union has provided lethal weapons through its institution for the first time in its history. Stay with us to know more about how Ukraine is being helped. The United States has approved an additional military aid package worth $200 million, which includes ammunition, anti-tank weapons, and other critical military applications. Meanwhile, the United Kingdom has delivered a substantial number of anti-tank infantry weapons and agreed to a deal that would allow Ukraine to loan money to acquire British-built warships. According to senior administration officials, the move increases total U.S. security assistance to Ukraine to $1.2 billion since January 2021 and to $3.2 billion since 2014, when Russia annexed Ukraine's Crimea Peninsula. Since its independence from the Soviet Union in 1991, Ukraine has had a long history of political instability and international intervention. By 1991, Ukraine possessed the world's third-largest nuclear arsenal, and the primary foreign policy goal of the United States was to secure Ukraine's nuclear arsenal. According to reports, in the mid-1990s, the United States helped Ukraine destroy missiles, bombers, and other nuclear equipment. The transfer of its last nuclear bomb to Russia completed the process of disarmament in 1996. The United States continues to support Ukraine during the Orange Revolution, which saw massive protests following the apparent victory of a pro-Russian presidential candidate widely accused of fraud. In addition to rhetorical support, the United States contributed at least $13.8 million to ensure that subsequent rounds of elections were free and fair. Dmytro Kuleba, Ukraine's foreign minister, took to Twitter 3 days after the clashes to quote a message from the president's office and call for foreign nationals to join Ukrainians in fighting Russian troops. So far, more than 16,000 foreigners have offered to join the International Legion, the newly announced military wing of Ukraine's president. According to Reuters, many of them see it as a generational war between democratic and authoritarian powers. Among them are 3,000 Americans as well as many others from Ukraine's post-communist neighbors. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said volunteers from 52 countries had signed up. It's estimated to be around 20,000 people. They're mainly European and North American. There are 500 Belarusian volunteers and several Japanese volunteers. Ed Arnold, Research Associate for European Security Affairs at the Royal United Services Institute in London, told DW. Since 2014, when Russia invaded Crimea and aided separatists in the Donbas region, private volunteer battalions and now the territorial defense have lined up to defend Ukraine, The Economist reported. According to experts, the symbolic importance of a foreign power within the military is clear. Words of solidarity and weapons from other countries are beneficial to the morale of soldiers. While it's too early to tell exactly what Ukraine's foreign troops will do or how much dialect barriers or a lack of local awareness will hold them back, many will bring valuable skills that the armed forces might otherwise lack, experts say. Ukraine's intelligence agency GUR has already established a foreign intelligence cell in Kiev. However, it is believed that if the influx of recruits continues, the war could degenerate into a strange form of world war, with Russian and Western soldiers firing at each other without any declaration of war from any authority. About 180 pro-Ukrainian foreign militants have been killed in Russian strikes on training sites in Ukraine, according to the Russian Defense Ministry, according to Russian media. Ukraine is in desperate need of medical supplies, and Russian missiles have destroyed civilian homes and infrastructure, requiring humanitarian assistance. In light of the devastation caused by Russia's invasion, humanitarian relief agencies in Ukraine are focusing on getting essential supplies for Ukrainians from foreign donors. The annexation of Ukraine by Russia has led to a severe shortage of healthcare supplies. Ukraine, in particular, is experiencing a shortage of zeolite, a critical resource in the production of medical-grade oxygen. Furthermore, as polio eradication campaigns are halted by attacks, emergency care is prioritized. Moreover, according to UN AIDS, Ukraine has less than a month's worth of medicine for HIV patients as of March 1, 2022. According to the report, Doctors Without Borders is coordinating the shipment of medicines and medical equipment from its logistical centers in Bordeaux and Brussels from the beginning of March 2022 to alleviate the medical shortage in Ukraine. Doctors Without Borders is also building warehouses to improve the supply capacity for medical aid in western Ukraine. Project Hope focuses on helping Ukrainian refugees, working with government agencies across Eastern Europe to provide critical medical care to fleeing Ukrainians. The project is working with the Moldovan Ministry of Health to provide medical resources to Ukrainian refugees in Moldova, including an Interagency Emergency Health Kit, IEHK, with enough resources to support 10,000 people for 3 months, a ton of medicines and health resources, Topical therapies, oral medicines, and medical gadgets are manufactured by IEHK. Hope it was helpful to you. Do like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more.